What if I told you the most intense driving experiences in the world don't involve luxury interiors, passenger seats, or even cup holders? What if the greatest thrill in motoring comes from a machine with just one seat, a cockpit built for you and you alone?
No passengers. No distractions.
Just you, the machine, and the road ahead. Today, we're diving deep into the top 7 road-legal single-seaters. Some are comically tiny, some are beautiful rolling sculptures, and some are purebred race cars masquerading as road machines. Together, they prove one simple truth. Driving is at its purest when you drive alone. This is a long ride, so buckle up, keep your eyes sharp, and imagine yourself in that single central seat. Which one would you dare to daily drive for a week, rain or shine? Let's find out. 7. Peel P50, the smallest car in the world. Let's start not with speed, but with charm. Meet the Peel P50, the Guinness World Record holder for the smallest road-legal car ever made. Built in the 1960s on the Isle of Man, this little fiberglass box has 3 wheels, 1 headlight, 1 door, and just enough room for, well, you. That's it. This tiny engine produces less than 5 horsepower, and it has no reverse gear. If you want to back up, you literally get out, grab the handle on the rear, and pick the car up to turn it around. Yes, it's that small. But the Peel isn't about horsepower. It's about audacity. Imagine driving one to the supermarket. You don't just park it, you place it like luggage. Every red light becomes a comedy routine. Strangers laugh, take pictures, and ask you if it's real. The modern Peel company even makes updated versions that still meet road standards. It's the opposite of a hypercar. Not intimidating, but disarming. And that's why it deserves a place on this list. Because sometimes, the purest driving fun isn't in how fast you go, but how hard you make people smile. Question for you. Would you rather own the lane in a $1 million single-seater supercar? Or sneak past traffic unnoticed in a car so small it feels like you're wearing it? 6. Invacar Model 70, a forgotten slice of history. Next up is a car you might never expect. The Invacar Model 70. Built in Britain between the 1940s and 1970s, these single-seater cars were given to disabled drivers by the government. With a fiberglass shell, a simple engine in the back, and a centrally positioned single seat, the Invacar wasn't about speed or glamour. It was about freedom. Imagine being unable to drive a regular car, and then suddenly being handed the keys to independence. That's what the Invacar represented. For thousands of people, it wasn't just transportation, it was liberation. They were banned from UK roads in 2003 for safety reasons, but restored examples still exist. And if you ever see one, it's a reminder that a single-seater doesn't always have to scream, track weapon. Sometimes, it whispers mobility instead. So here's a thought. If you could bring one of these back to daily roads today, would you? Imagine rolling into a cars and coffee meet in an Invacar, surrounded by Lamborghinis, Porsches, and McLarens. You'd get just as much attention, if not more. 5. Light car company rocket. Weight is the enemy. At number 5, we turn to something that looks like it belongs on a race grid, not a public street. The light car company rocket. Created by Gordon Murray, the mastermind behind McLaren's F1 cars and the legendary McLaren F1 road car. This single-seater was built with one obsession: lightness. The rocket weighs just 370 kilograms. That's less than half the weight of a Mazda MX-5. Powered by a high-revving Yamaha motorcycle engine, it may not sound like much on paper, but behind the wheel it feels like flying. Every pebble, every camber in the road, every ounce of grip comes alive through your hands and feet. And that's the genius of the rocket. You don't need 600 horsepower when you weigh less than a grand piano. This is purity. One seat, one engine, one experience. Here's a challenge. Would you rather have raw horsepower, or a car so light that 100 horsepower feels like 500? 4. Road-registered Formula Ford. The dream. Now we're getting crazy. Ever dreamt of driving a Formula car on the street? Believe it or not, it's possible. Some drivers have managed to take a Formula Ford chassis and legally register it for the road. Yes, it's rare, and yes, the paperwork is a nightmare, but the reward is unmatched. Imagine sitting in the cockpit of a car built for Silverstone or Brands Hatch, with slicks swapped for legal tires and indicators bolted on. Your seating position? Flat on your back, legs stretched out, helmet almost higher than the roll hoop. Your view? 2 front wheels inches away, dancing over the asphalt. You don't just drive it, you wear it. Every throttle press launches you. Every corner becomes a battle with physics. And every stoplight turns into a pit stop with spectators asking, "Is that thing even legal?" Be honest. If you had one, would you actually take it through a drive-thru? Or would you only pull over at racetracks, fueling stations, and espresso bars? 3. Ferrari Monza SP1 Sculpture in Motion. Now for something truly breathtaking. The Ferrari Monza SP1. This is not just a car, it's rolling sculpture. Ferrari built it as part of their Icona series, inspired by classic racing barchettas of the 1950s. And yes, it's road legal depending on where you live. The SP1 has 1 seat. Just one. No roof, no windscreen. Nothing to separate you from the wind or the roar of its naturally aspirated V12. It makes over 800 horsepower, but more importantly, it makes memories. You don't just drive the SP1, you arrive in it. Crowds gather, cameras flash, and the sound of that engine alone is enough to make people stop mid-conversation. It's part car, part performance art. But here's the paradox. It's almost too beautiful to use. Would you risk stone chips on that perfect paint? Would you take it out in the rain? Or is it the kind of car you'd only drive at sunset on an empty coastal road, where the horizon is yours and yours alone? 2. BAC Mono R. The pinnacle of purity. At number 2 is perhaps the most extreme modern single-seater you can actually buy, the BAC Mono R. This car is not designed to be practical. It's not designed to impress with gadgets or luxury. It's designed to deliver the closest thing to a Formula car on public roads. Every part of it is engineered for one purpose: to make the driver feel everything. The Mono R weighs just 555 kilograms and produces 340 horsepower. That may not sound like hypercar territory, but in reality, it's ballistic. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, cornering forces that challenge your neck muscles. 1. BAC Mono, the blueprint. And finally, at number 1, the car that redefined what a single-seater for the road could be, the BAC Mono. When it launched in 2011, the Mono shocked the automotive world. Nobody had dared to build a production car with just 1 seat. But BAC did it, and they proved something profound. Driving doesn't need to be shared to be joyful. The Mono places you dead center just like a Formula 1 car. The chassis is pure racing DNA, the suspension communicates every inch of the road, and the performance? Utterly addictive. But more than numbers, it's about focus. In the Mono, you stop being a driver and start becoming part of the machine. Every decision, throttle, brake, steering, is answered instantly. The road doesn't feel like something you drive on. It feels like something you're connected to. And that's for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Got thoughts, questions, or video ideas? Drop them down in the comments. I read every single one.